Today, in guitar brands you probably never heard of, Morgan instruments from Norway. Hey there and welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at Morgan Instruments, which is a Norwegian guitar brand. And when I say Norwegian, that means it's a Norwegian company, but they're selling affordable guitars, both electric and acoustic, in addition to other stringed instruments. So most of their instruments are made overseas, but they're made to Norwegian specs, or the specs of this company in particular. And it's a fairly popular, affordably priced brand here in Norway, as well as in Sweden and some other countries. So if you live in Western Europe, you might come across a Morgan Instruments guitar at your local music shop or on the second-hand market. Now, there aren't a lot of videos about Morgan Instruments on YouTube, so I decided to make a couple because as some of you know, I do work part-time at Norway's largest music retailer, For Sound, and Morgan is one of our best-selling brands in the more affordable price range, priced competitively compared to brands like Fender's Asian and Mexican models and Court, Ibanez, and brands like that. And when I started working at For Sound part-time and selling instruments, I got to know more of the various models from the Morgan range. In some previous videos you might have seen me playing my Morgan nylon string, the C139 SCE, which is a cutaway nylon string with Fishman pickups. I'm working on a separate video for that. But today we're looking at my latest acquisition, which is this beautiful Morgan W509. Now, being a Norwegian manufacturer, their naming system is pretty basic for Norwegians. If it's a steel string, it's got a W because we often refer to them as Western guitars here in Norway. And if it's a nylon string, it usually has a C for classical guitar. So hence the names. So being a 500 series, that means it's in the more pricey range for a Morgan instrument. This one retails at around 6,500 Norwegian. That's around $650 US or 630 euros. I really felt I was getting a lot for my money with this guitar. So I wanted to get a new guitar, something that wasn't too expensive, so I wouldn't be too worried about it when I went gigging. But I still wanted it to sound good, so I wanted it to have a LR Baggs pickup. That was in a lot of higher priced acoustic steel string guitars. And I wanted it to look good and wanted it to play good and feel good. And I remembered we had this model in the store a year ago or so, and I was really impressed with the build quality, the playability, how I thought it sounded when I was just playing it acoustically, and it had the LR Baggs element pickup with both tone control and volume, while my Gibson J35 only has the volume, so that's kind of a plus. I like the color scheme with the black top, the bindings, and mahogany or walnut or whatever this is. Side is back. I also really like the painted black headstock with silver logo. I think this is the most exquisite and nice version of Morgan logos. He has various logos depending on price range and models of his guitars, but this really dark, it's not really black as much as stained dark gray. I think it looks really good with the silver, and I think the hardware looks good. So all in all, really like the guitar. It has a nice low action. So I think it sounds good when I play it acoustic, just in the room. I haven't tried it with the pickup yet, but I'm assuming it's going to sound pretty much like any other steel string guitar acoustic with the bags element. Because that's something it's kind of always bothered me, that if you buy a really expensive acoustic guitar and you play it just acoustic in the room, it's usually going to sound awesome. But as soon as you plug it into a DI box when you're playing out, it doesn't really matter if it's really expensive or a more affordable guitar. If it has the same pickup, it's gonna sound pretty similar. So for me, this is a great way of getting a nice, affordable, still good looking, good sounding guitar for live gigging, where I'm too chicken to bring my Gibson guitar. So all in all, I'm really impressed so far with the quality and my first impression of the guitar. So okay, let's plug it in and see what it sounds like plugged in, and get some audio examples of that, and put up a mic in the room and get some proper audio examples of what the guitar sounds like just acoustically, and then yeah, final thoughts. But first impression before plugging it in is, whoa, this is a nice guitar. Okay, final thoughts after hearing the audio examples. I think the guitar plays really well, as I've said, and I think it sounds really good when I'm playing it acoustically in the room. And I also thought that I could get a nice recorded sound from the guitar using my 47 Junior from Warm Audio and my Lewitt 240 microphone. So I think it sounds good just recorded, mic'd up. And I think the direct signal straight into the interface sounds good as well. And that's really important because, like I said, when you're out gigging with an acoustic guitar, that is usually how you get your guitar sound to the audience. Just plug it in the PA or into a DI box and then into the PA system. So when you're hearing acoustic guitars in any kind of venue or concert, you're usually just hearing a piezo pickup through the DI. And there are some DIs and acoustic guitar preamps that might sweeten the sound and do some kind of EQ stuff to it and compression and stuff like that. But still, it's mostly the sound of your piezo. So if it sounds good, it sounds good. I think the LR Baggs element sounds really good. It's the one I have in my Gibson guitar, which costs 5 or 6 times as much as well. So I kind of knew what I was getting, and it didn't disappoint. Of course, a DI guitar is never going to sound as good as a mic'd up guitar does in your studio, but well, that's what you get when you go live gigging. So this is going to be a great addition to my live lineup. Yeah, super happy with this guitar. So if you're ever in Norway or other Scandinavian countries guitar shopping and you come across this Morgan guitar brand and you're kind of curious, what is that exactly? Well, now you know. It's a Norwegian brand, mostly made overseas. But still, I think this is a really great guitar at this price point. Super happy with it and looking forward to taking it out live gigging. Okay, that's the video for today. Hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.